Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Of course, we're going to be doing something a little bit differently today. As you guys can see, we're going to be doing a reading for the full moon in Capricorn. You know, we always do readings here, but the difference is you can't see me. This reading is all about the cards. And if you guys love this setup, then we're going to be getting into more readings like this. So let's get right into it. We have a full moon in Capricorn on July 10th. This full moon is going to be welcoming in emotional clarity, also challenging us to step into a lot more discipline and asking us the questions. What have we outgrown? You know, what habits do we need to bring into our lives so we can make our lives more conducive to where we're trying to go? Also, it's a sign to be really intentional about how you want to heal. You know, Capricorn energy is not the energy to play games, to waste time, to act like you know what you're doing when you really don't. Okay, so this full moon in Capricorn is about getting connected to what you need and making these things happen. So I already have the cards pulled for today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Again, I hope you guys enjoy the way that we do this spread. Let's go ahead and get into the tea. Of course, if you guys want to do a private full moon in Capricorn reading, check down below to see where you can get that reading to figure out specifically what have you outgrown, what habits you need to bring in that will elevate your life, and also how you should be healing right now. This is definitely a time to step into new alignment, new thought processes, new energies. So let's get right into it. Starting with our energy oracle, as always, let's get into the tea, guys. So first things first, we have yin and yang. We have envy. We have the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. We also have the first chakra, get into it, and we have the world, okay? I hope this is actually better because you guys can kind of get a storybook feel of the tea. So with the yin and yang, envy, fourth chakra, first chakra, and the world, let's get into this. When do we need to take a break? When do we need to move forward? When do we need to, you know, harness our stillness versus our power? That's what the yin and yang is asking us. This is the time to realize when to move forward, when to take a break. What do you and don't you need? By now, we've experienced going after our goals. You know, we've experienced planning. We've experienced trying to get what we want. The world is all about expansion. You know, this card is about saying, and I've been using this example specifically, instead of 10K, I want 100K. Instead of 100K, I want 250K. Instead of settling for one friend, I want to settle for a few people that can feel like soulmates. You know, this is about, or rather, not settling at all. The world is about saying, what more can I have? What more can God give me? What more can life provide me with? And clearly, this is the energy that we're stepping into. How can I get more? It's time for more. I'm ready for more. How can I lock in? With this envy, how are we letting this dissatisfaction about how we feel and what we see, how is this really, really affecting us? It's definitely affecting our heart chakra and our first chakra, our root chakra. This envy is related directly to dissatisfaction. I love this card, and I'm glad that you guys are maybe able to get a closer look. But this person is in their castle that's very gray, maybe a little shabby, a little cloudy, and they're looking out at this abundant castle behind them, feeling dissatisfied because of what they have. But imagine if this was a different image out of this window. If they were looking at somebody else's castle that looked just like theirs, they may not feel the way they do about where they currently are. So this is about changing your perspective and a reminder to not compare yourself to other people. So when we're asking ourselves, should I move forward? Is it time to move forward or not? Stop comparing yourself to other people. Get ready. Get your mind ready so you can move forward without envy, without comparison, without unhealthy expectations. This envy energy is definitely coming from this fourth chakra, our heart chakra, which is all about trust and our relationships and our ability to love, give and receive love. Also, our ability to create, I believe, stems from our heart chakra, our ability to trust, our ability to let go of grudges. So there's a lot here that is directly related to this dissatisfaction. You know, how do you feel when you're not getting what you need? How do you feel when the life that you feel you should be living isn't represented by what your current everyday is? You know, are you nasty to yourself? Are you nasty to others? Are you telling yourself that your visions don't matter? You know, are you telling yourself that it makes no sense to dream this big when you're feeling that comparison energy, seeing what you have and seeing what other people have, or seeing how far you've had to push to only get a fraction of what somebody else has? And I feel like that's how some of us feel, like the work you've been doing isn't measuring up to what you've been getting back from the world and what you've been getting back in your blessings. And that's all subjective, because at the end of the day, we're never going to be lacking, and we're always going to have exactly what we need. And that's very important to remember and just hold on to. Also, with the first chakra, this is a reminder to be grounded. Archangel Michael is going to be protecting us from all negativity, all dark thoughts, all dark energy. This is a reminder that you're safe, that it's okay to dream. It's okay to plan big. It's okay to say, you know what, let me deal with what's happening to me beneath the surface. This is saying that you're not in a critical moment of, if you make a flop, you're going to be flopping for life. That's not what this is saying. This is saying you're actually in the perfect place to do what you want, get what you want, and set yourself up for the success that you've been waiting to step into. So this is a time to make a really big change. This is a time to elevate differently, to grow differently, and just to, give yourself the security from your first chakra, but also the courage, the push, the motivation, the inspiration from your heart chakra that says, I'm going to dream big with a smile from my heart. I'm going to dream big knowing that I'm on the right track. So this is about a bigger dream. This full moon in Capricorn is definitely telling us, what dreams do you have? What do you want? How can you meet those things? How can you step into better goals? How can you step into better insight, bigger goals? How can you make sure that you're really going after what God wants you to have versus playing it small? This is the time to really go after the things that you want. And we've been getting that in the last couple of moons, the new moons and the full moons. It's been time to get what we want. So let's keep getting into this tea, guys. We also have opportunity, period. Opportunity, we have peaceful resolution. Don't stop and communicate clearly. Stop playing. Don't stop, communicate clearly, peaceful resolution. So opportunity, we know there's doors opening up. Peaceful resolution, there's definitely going to be a chance to make peace in the past. There's going to be a chance for us to just understand why things didn't work out. I feel like this peaceful resolution is specifically about the comparison we've been making. It's about how we've been feeling about ourselves. It's about, just letting go of not feeling safe, letting go of not feeling like you're good enough, letting go of just feeling like everything around you is like 2 + 2 is not equaling up to 4. The peaceful resolution is more than just you and somebody else. I feel like it's about us having resolution with everything in our life, us making peace with every hardship, every obstacle, every problem, every insecurity, every issue. Honestly, it's about us just understanding, girl, the opportunity is better than that. The opportunity is bigger than the conflict, the issues, the challenges that I'm going to have to face. Because I have this opportunity overflowing, I can deal with it because it's a byproduct of the opportunity. Like, the challenge doesn't overshadow the opportunity, and it shouldn't overshadow the opportunity. And if it is, we need to get back into that fourth chakra and that first chakra, okay? Because if we're focusing on the challenges and not the gratitude, if we're focusing on the issues and not everything that's working for us, especially when we have a lot that's working for us, clock that T. It's definitely letting us know that for some reason in our mindset, we're paying too much attention to the negative. We're paying too much attention to what isn't working, what won't ever work, and we need to shift our perspective. Also, don't stop. Don't stop. This isn't the time to quit. This isn't even the time to slow down. This isn't even the time to say, maybe I should switch it up a little bit. Maybe I should go back to the drawing board. This is the time to say, how can I finesse the motivation and the plan that I currently have? I don't have to scrap everything and start over. I don't have to backpedal 8 or 10 or 9 steps. I can just know where I'm at and proceed with a different mindset, with a different energy. Your energy still wants you to move forward. They don't want you to stop, but they don't want you to compare yourself to others. They don't want you to hold in what you really have to say and feel. They don't want you to not feel safe. They don't want you to not feel secure. This is about a mindset shift and adding in different habits, even spiritual habits, praying more, cleansing your space more, cleansing your mind more, getting certain people out your life, blocking certain people and things from what you're going to be seeing and picking up on. All of those things are going to be making a really big difference for you as you move forward. Let's get into our tea leaf oracle. You guys know these are some of my favorite cards to get into. So we have Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. A long journey will leave you wiser at the end. We have Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Opportunities are waiting for you. Door. We have Dog barking. Advice from a friend. Reach out. Let people know what you're dealing with. We have communicate clearly as well. So don't feel like you have to deal with this alone. This is definitely the time to reach out. Use your heart chakra to make you feel comfortable, being uncomfortable. I think honestly, if we get comfortable being uncomfortable, if we're able to face the fear, face the failure, face the doubt, we'll be able to stop comparing ourselves to others. We'll be able to handle those obstacles a lot better because we'll understand why we're in those spaces, and it won't feel like the the end of the world to us. So ask for advice. You know, recognize that this is a journey that's going to prepare you to handle what's coming next, and just be ready to kind of step into, you know, what's coming your way. We have clouds, temporary problems. So don't get caught up in these temporary issues, girl. They're temporary. They're temporary, okay? Don't let these things catch you up. Don't let them make you feel like, oh, well, I need to go back to the drawing board completely. I need to stop dreaming. I need to stop trying. Don't let that make you feel that way. If anything, these problems are telling you to shift the to-do list. It doesn't say stop doing, modify the to-do list, step into something different that's going to give you exactly what you need to get where you want to go. We also have good luck. Good luck, horseshoe. We have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Excuse me, is that why we're having these blockages in our fourth chakra and our heart chakra? Are we upset over what we no longer have? Is that where that envy is coming from? Are we missing when things were easier? And easier is in all the air quotes it can possibly be in, because we know that things are never easier. Maybe you were lazier in the past. Maybe you didn't know what God had for you in the past, so it seemed easier. Maybe your boundaries were less strict, so it seemed easier. Maybe you were going for less dreams or less goals, so it seems easier. But the past, girl, is never the easiest thing. You know, it's never the easiest thing. And this heartbreak over what we no longer have, are we craving the comfort that we lost, the friendship that we lost, even if we've lost the love recently? You know, how can we make peace with this? And this energy is hard to make peace with. It's not something that you're maybe going to do over this full moon or even over the next couple of months. Who knows how deep this heartbreak goes for some of us. But the best thing you want to do is acknowledge it and ask for help. Let people know what you're feeling. Don't be holding this in. Talk about this, because this is going to be making your problems feel bigger. This is going to be making you have more stress and more insecurity and more pain and more anxiety about what you did wrong and what you didn't say and what you should be doing. So be patient with yourself as you're dealing with this heartbreak right now. We also have karma with this haystack energy. You will reap what you have shown. Karma, you will reap what you have shown. We have fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So if you're somebody that's good with your money, if you're somebody that's good with networking, you're able to make something out of nothing, this is definitely going to be benefiting you right now. We also have bull. I love this card. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Do not back down. Show strength and fortitude. This is our animal medicine. And we also have tortoise, elephant, bull, fox, tortoise, dog. Very strong, loyal, powerful, resilient animal medicine that we have. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Slowly but surely getting ahead, guys. So let's just get into all of these tea leaf cards. You know, first things first, we're in a space where we need to be strong. We're in a space where we can't back down. We're on a long journey where we cannot back down, where we're dealing with heartbreak over the past. So we're trying to maybe distract ourselves or just keep ourselves busy. And we don't want to stop. You know, we have that message to not stop. But how can we find ways to have peace on this journey? We know the opportunities are waiting. We have good luck. So this is a time to maybe bet on yourself. It's a time to trust the process. Slowly but surely getting ahead. That's also a really good thing. This isn't a quick process. You don't have to have a 180 change overnight and wake up in a completely different space. God is allowing us to take the time that we need to get over these temporary problems, to ask for help, to communicate clearly, to navigate through this heartbreak. Opportunities are waiting for you. They're waiting for you, which means when you're ready, they're going to be waiting. This doesn't say, you know, if you don't get it now, it won't happen. The opportunities are waiting for you. This journey is about more than you just getting the check or getting the job. This is going to leave you wiser in the end, physical or mental. There is a physical or mental change that needs to happen. So this is going to leave you wiser in the end. This is not something that we can bypass. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. A lot of us are having a hard time right now because of karma. You know, if it's been difficult for you to face the music with what you need to do, what you need to say, who you need to cut off, this could definitely be making it difficult for you to fully release now. You know, karma comes in so many different ways. Karma isn't just you hit me, so I'm going to hit you, or I hit somebody, so later down in life, somebody going to walk past me and just bust me upside my head. That's not how karma always works. Sometimes karma is while you're trying to step into these opportunities, you're dealing with a heartbreak. And you have to communicate clearly. You have to be resourceful. You have to remember that it's temporary. You have to slowly but surely get ahead. Sometimes that can be your karma. You having to slowly but surely get ahead, dealing with heartbreak, dealing with being open when you're not used to being open, dealing with being strong when you usually want to back down. You know, sometimes karma shows up in how we have to push ourselves and how we have to motivate ourselves. Also in the spaces in the past where things didn't work out. If we've dealt with a lot of issues in relationships, a lot of rah-rah, a lot of mess and drama in relationships, we could definitely be having some of those things come back up, especially with this peaceful resolution that we had earlier. Don't forget, a peaceful resolution. So if we've had drama in the past, mess in the past, that's made us more insecure, that's added to that dissatisfaction, that's added to those unhealthy expectations, we could definitely be, stepping into some karma where the tides are going to be shifting and where we're going to be able to finally let go of that energy once and for all. So we're going to be getting back the good energy that we've been putting out. So that's something really, really beautiful to remember and be mindful of. And remember that you're resourceful. Remember that you don't need to back down. Remember that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And the opportunities are waiting. These aren't opportunities that you're going to miss. These are opportunities that are perfectly, set up for you. So know that and trust that and know that you're where you are. And these problems are temporary, honey. If anything, these problems are happening to open up this karma so you can get through this cycle. Sometimes karma has to come via a disruption. Sometimes it has to come via a monkey wrench in our plans. But no matter how it has to come, it's always going to give us what we need so we can level those scales, get that balance, and step into the next season. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this spread. The beautiful layout, one thing. And also just the message today. This is a powerful message today. Let's keep going. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You're good enough. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. I feel like we had this last time. A new romantic cycle begins. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Don't change your vision. Don't change what you want. Don't leave. Don't stop. Don't leave it behind. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't say this is too much. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. We also have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Gorgeous. So this new romantic cycle, if you want new love, new connection, if you need to let certain things go, you're good enough and the cycle is beginning. This is about balance. This is about a blank slate. This is about moving forward without the burden and the heaviness of the past, and hold your vision. If you're waiting for a reminder that you're good enough, if you're waiting for a reminder that you're ready for new love, just hold your vision. It's coming. It's coming. And balance, spirituality, and practicality. You can't afford to pray and not do the work. And you can't afford to do the work and not pray. You need everything right now. You need to pray. You need to do the work. You need to fast. You need to read the Bible. You need to talk to your friends. You need to humble yourself. You need to do the releasing work. You need to be outside with the moon. You need to be outside with the sun. You need to be doing good things, pouring into people, giving compliments, being grateful, waking up at a certain time, being disciplined, putting good things in your body. This is the time to do all of the things. And that may seem overwhelming, like, damn, I got to do all of the things. But everything will align because it's about being a good, positive person and having a good positive mindset. And you can do that without even thinking. It may seem like a lot of work right now because there may be a lot of activities you need to change, a lot of habits, a lot of different things, but it won't be like that forever. It won't be like that forever. And honestly, it'll last shorter than you think, depending on how you're able to make that transition. So understand that you're setting yourself up for all of the beautiful things, and also understand that your vision is exactly where it needs to be. It's just about matching up your goals, your plans, your strategy, and making sure that those things are in alignment. We can't have a vision that's this big and habits that are this big and a mindset that's this big and confidence that's this big when our vision is this big. We need to make sure everything is in alignment right now, and that's what this energy is telling us. Let's keep going, y'all. We're almost done with the tea. So we have the initiation. I believe I got this card last time for that new moon we just had. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. I love that we keep getting this message because we're really in a season of initiation. And initiation is more than just, oh, I got the job. Initiation is like, oh, it's time to fulfill my soul's purpose. It's time to break these generational curses. It's time to understand, what I need to let go of, what I need to hold on to, what's next, what's coming, where I'm going, where I'm at. It's bigger than just, oh, I'm ready. It's so much bigger than that. This is a full transformation from the rooter to the tutor, okay? A full transformation from the floor up. We have protection. Call back your power. Cut the cord. Soul retrieval. Do we need a cord cutting? Do we need to bring cord cutting back into the mix? It's been a while since we talked about cord cutting, but doing some cord cutting could be really, really powerful. Soul retrieval, just like I mentioned, a soul transformation, stepping into your soul's purpose. How have you been denying what your soul needs to maybe be there for other people to still think the same, to still feel the same? Call back your power. Protect yourself. Set the boundaries that you need. We have unbound. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Stop playing, girl. Stop playing. Soul, soul, soul. What does your soul need? This is time to step into your soul more than ever. What does your soul need? How can you release? Call back your power and unbound. This talks about forgiving yourself for mistakes you've made in the past, forgiving yourself for those unhealthy expectations, letting go of karma, also soul contracts, karmic connections that we have to be in, letting that go, ending those karmic cycles, letting go of past lives that are coming up to maybe haunt you or make you feel like you can't do this, you're not good enough for this, you're not ready for this. This is what we want to be mindful of. How are these things affecting us and bringing these old memories, this old pain back again and again and again? And what do we need to do to say goodbye once and for all to these old thoughts, these old energies, and align your life? What is not aligned or needs to change? What is not aligned or need to change? Are we ready to make the change? If you know what needs to change, where are you at? Are you about to do it, or are you going to have some resistance? Are you ready, or are you not sure? Are you confident, or do you feel like, do I have to change everything? Do I have to change everything? The answer is yes. Do you have to change everything? The answer is yes, because it's less about, and I'm going to pull some of these for us before we wrap up. It's less about, do I have to change everything? The question is, do you want everything? Do you want the initiation? Do you want the opportunity? Do you want the new beginning? Do you want to let go of that envy? Do you want a sound root chakra and a sound heart chakra and a sound system that's always making you feel like you're on the right track? Do you want that? If you do, align your life, period. If you want that, you have to align your life to step into that. That's going to be how you get it. Let's get into these cards, guys. We're going to wrap up with a few more. I'm going to wrap up these, and then we're going to get into our Goddess Dream Oracle. Let's get into this joy and contentment. Let's find some happiness along the way, honey. Joy and contentment. Clear, cancel, and release, period. It's a full moon. Let it go. Do a releasing ritual. Write down what no longer serves you. Read it a few times and burn it. Let it go once and for all. Inner child healing. This could definitely be some of this karmic stuff coming back up, or the soul patterns. Have you always felt like this? Do you always flop, quote unquote? I hate to say that our inner child has been flopping, but it's not our inner child that flops. It's us that flops. Because we feel the fear of our inner child. We feel the anxiety and the insecurity of this small version of us. And that can make us say, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to say that. Oh, I don't want to try this. But what if we do? What if we lean into that? What if we show this person that it's okay to be afraid? It's okay to not know. It's okay to have to be strong by yourself. What if we can show this person how we need to support ourselves, and ask and receive. Ask and receive. Like, God wants to answer our prayers all of the time. God always wants to give us the things that we are looking for, give us the things that we need, give us the things that we are wanting and begging for. But we have to be mindful of how we want to connect with those things. We can't just ask and expect it's going to fall into our lap. We have to do the work. We have to be willing to do the work. We have to be willing to show up. And that's why we have this energy of joy and contentment. Get your energy right. Be in a good mood if you're going to be asking and receiving. I'm not doing a good shuffle right now. Excuse me, y'all. My shuffle is very mid. Just today. It's usually not mid, but it is mid right now, and that's okay. But, we're in a space where we want to rise to the occasion, and we don't want to feel like we have to settle. And that's really what we're being taught right now. Like, who told you have to settle? Who said that? Who said that? You don't have to settle. You can get exactly what you want, but you have to get your mind right. You have to not back down. You have to remember that you're resourceful. You have to communicate clearly. You have to remember that you're good enough. You have to do all of those things. You have to stop comparing. You have to get those good habits in. It's things that we need to do. Okay. And remember that we're doing private readings for this full moon. You can get a private reading to figure out what you have outgrown, what habits you need to elevate your life, and also what you should be doing to heal now. How can you heal now? What do you need right now to heal and elevate? Y'all, please release. Please, please, please release. If you're not releasing, then you tripping. If you're not releasing this week, you tripping. We need to release. We keep having messages that say release, release, release. Letting go, emotional release. Emotional release. What's holding you up emotionally? Let it go. Spiritual insight, sacredness. Go back into your word. Go back into your prayer. Go back into your intuition. Pull some cards for yourself. If you're a reader, this is a good time for prayer, a good time for journaling, a good time for meditation, a good time to seek spiritual guidance right now more than ever. We also have free spirit. Be your own person. Be your own person. It could be good to maybe, like I said, release those outside expectations, release things that make you feel like you are disconnected from your journey. Release things that make you feel like you're not enough to guide yourself. Get back confident in what you need and what you know you need. And we also have strength. Know your strength. This is one of my favorite cards. I think this imagery is so, so, so beautiful with all of the adornments and, the lioness. Strength, know your strength. So that's going to be really important as we're stepping into, this full moon in Capricorn. You want to know your strength. You want to trust the process. You want to let go of what doesn't serve you. You want to be your own person. And you don't want to feel like your journey, your struggle is an indication of your failure. You don't want to feel like a flop. So stop making yourself feel like that. You want to know that you're on the right track. And you want to understand that you're in this space to help you, realize what doesn't serve you anymore. And that's going to be a big kind of jarring, new belief system and new journey for some of us to take on, but it's going to be exactly what we need more than we know. So be mindful of that, guys, more than ever right now. So yes, that is the tea for this full moon in Capricorn. Let me know how you guys felt about this full moon in Capricorn reading. Let me know how you guys felt about the setup, how you felt about seeing all of the cards laid out. If you guys love this style of reading, I would love to do more of these for you. I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you guys for being here. You can always book private sessions with me and get connected with me at my website down in the description box. I'll see you guys next time, and I thank you guys for being here. Bye, guys. Bless.